This video has been a long time coming, and I apologize for that. Um, Tabitha and I want to say thank you and let you know the impact that your investment, hopefully into the kingdom of God. I don't want to speak so brash, but hopefully into God's kingdom. Just to let you know an impact that investment has made. We were able to purchase a very nice camera and another computer. We invested in soundboard equipment. And even right now, I'm in Port Jervis, New York, and we're setting up using all this equipment in order to start our live streaming of our Sunday services, which people have been asking us to do. Unfortunately, we were not able to do it in Rome because of certain property issues and poor communication between us and our leaders. And we have the encouragement to really pursue this here. So we're setting up everything. And because the church itself doesn't have it, we really do have to use the equipment that was purchased for things like Sunday Rewind in order to be able to do these kind of things. So speaking of Sunday Rewind, I'll start there. With Sunday Rewind, we found out through our own studies that with the videos that we showed and the number of views that we had on those episodes of Sunday Rewind, we had over 15,000 views for what we were able to do. And it was just amazing. It was over 60 videos. And to see the impact that had, it seemed like everywhere Tabitha and I went, people would talk about watching Sunday Rewind and seeing it, which is very interesting to us because we could have anywhere from 10 people to 30 people or sometimes more watching Sunday Rewind. And to have so many views, we found out that Facebook's own study shows that 85% of people that will watch a video will watch after it went live. And that's what we were finding. We had so many people coming up to us and talking to us that we didn't necessarily see live online. But then we had some people that were very regular showing up and became a Sunday service. One testimony that we heard was of a person that had left the church out of some woundedness and felt that Sunday Rewind, in a sense, became their church that they could attend to. And they felt encouraged to gather together and meet with other believers online for the first time in years. So that was huge to hear about that. And we just heard testimony after testimony, and it was incredible. So that was over 15,000 views of Sunday Rewind. And it was just amazing. And what that led to was also a creation of a podcast that I did with a friend. And that podcast is called More Than a Song Podcast. It's with my friend Marty Michaels, and we help teach people how to lead worship or be a pastor of a worship team or even just people who are the worshipers in church. And it's all about how to encourage and cultivate God's presence in the middle of worship time. And we would ask questions, and people would not answer us. So I get into this office, and I realize I have no idea what to do because it's like such a high level of presumption to think I'm going to come in there and I'm going to make this place better. You know, like I'm going to do all these things. And in reality, it's like, I don't know what's been going on. I don't know what the heartbeat of this neighborhood is. I don't know their history. Yep. Like you don't know anything, right? So you walk in and you just kind of feel the weight of it. And I was sitting in my office one day just admitting to the Lord, I have no idea what to do here. And I heard two things specifically. And one was to do some things financially in order to kind of tighten up our budget, minimize expenses where we could, and create new methods of income. And then the other thing I heard was increase your online footprint. We just really wanted to help people learn how to do that. It can seem very daunting. And that podcast has been downloaded over 1,300 times in multiple countries. So that was exciting to see. Another project that we were able to do was create a Facebook group to help encourage people to do the same kind of online ministry things. That Facebook group has grown to over 500 people that are officers and other salvationists and even other people have started to come on. And that Facebook group was created to help people understand what kind of cameras to use, what kind of microphones to use, how to fix displays, all kinds of tech questions. And we've even gotten into how to use artificial intelligence, how to use AI for ministry purposes. And a lot of the graphics and the videos you'll see, I'm using the computer that we were able to purchase in order to run these programs, creating our own advertisements using AI image creators. There are a couple videos if you see them on Instagram and Facebook and other places. And it's really helping us because we were able to go online. It's taken some pressure off of us financially because when we were in Brooklyn, our whole time that we were able to really push online, 2 years worth, we raised over $40,000. And then our first year in Rome, we were able to raise over $30,000 in just the first year. And then we're hoping to see similar things here. That's very important to us, considering that our major giving event every year is kettles, and that's just going away. Recent studies showed that over 62% of people plan to buy their stuff Black Friday, this weekend that I'm recording this. They plan to purchase online. So 2/3 of people that would normally be in the stores in decades past aren't planning to go to stores. They're just planning to do all their shopping online. So we have to be online in order to see that grow.
Hey, Port Jervis and the tri-state area and our family and our friends and everyone out there viewing. I'm Captain Tabitha. I am here at the Salvation Army in Port Jervis on 99 Ball Street, and I am kicking off what is known as our Paper Kettle Challenge.
And more nonprofits are seeing that last year they saw an increase up to 20% of their yearly fundraising was just online. And many churches have recorded that a lot of their giving happens digitally now. So even when people are in person, up to 72% of tithes and offering is now often given through something like a tap to pay or a QR code or a text to give campaign. So being able to be online is just increasingly important, and being able to help other people understand that is huge. So that Facebook group is over 500 people, and it's over a dozen countries at this point, of people all learning how to do things that Tabitha and I kind of had to learn on our own. And just having resources, other people have now begun to really help by answering things that I don't know, that I would never have the time to learn. So that's huge. So Sunday Rewind, over 15,000 views, or More Than a Song podcast that we do, over 1,300 downloads, helping people to engage and teach worship. Some fun highlights that I could think of over the past years. One was that we were able to do a Bible study. We did a whole teaching series on the Beatitudes that were posted on Facebook and on YouTube. It was one of our most watched things that we did in Brooklyn. But we also did a Zoom-based Bible study on that specifically every week. We had over a dozen people as part of that Bible study, and they were from 6 different states and 4 different denominations. So we had people that weren't even Salvationists that were watching that and engaging and joining us. That was a lot of fun. We created, as far as I know, the first ever and only hybrid VBS, Vacation Bible School. And we were very limited in New York State and New York City specifically on how much interaction we could have with people and what that looks like. And even our own person power on how many people we could have sign up for things. We were able to increase that number by having a hybrid VBS. What that looked like for us was we had people that would help us run. We had over 20 kids that came on the weekdays during our week of VBS, and they would come into the chapel and they would do a time of worship, a Bible study, an activity, and then we gave them a box of snacks and craft materials, and then we pre-recorded and posted on YouTube all the instructions on how to do the crafts each day. That was really fun because when we posted those, we were able to give each kid extra crafts so that when they had a brother or sister at home, they could participate it and the family could participate. We wanted to do something that the whole family could be a part of. So they were able to take the box of crafts and put on the YouTube video and do the crafts at home with their parents. And it also gave the parents an
Hi,
opportunity
I'm
to have
Cheryl.
something for their kids to do because our school system shut down a lot and we couldn't go to a lot of places. So it helped the parents out by having an activity. And then a fun element to that was there's an online quiz format called platform called Kahoot. So we were able to go on Zoom and use this platform to create a quiz for the day, and we had local businesses sponsor things like pizzas and stuff like that. And if somebody won the Kahoot for the day, one of the kids won the Kahoot for the day, they got the special prize. So we had local businesses partnering with us and trying to do that VBS, and that was a lot of fun. A thing that's about to come up that I'm very excited about is because of what we've been able to do online and how it's been noticed, some people at our territorial headquarters are now interested in trying to move forward in it. So we've been asked if we would consider being part of a presentation to territorial headquarters leaders about the importance of social media and online ministry and how we could move forward in that. So that's something that's going to happen next year. Right now, I'm using everything that we have and all this equipment to do our online kettle campaign while we have people physically out in stores trying to do both. But I wanted to take the moment to give you this long overdue video to say thank you, and thank you for the impact that you're making. It's huge. It's huge. In some ways, this is the thing that Tabitha and I get to do that energizes us and makes us feel like we're making a real difference. So we have some days where we say, I remember one day specifically at Brooklyn, we were just feeling overwhelmed and tired and just saying, what's the point of this? A lot of old styles of doing things not making an impact. When Tabitha got a message from somebody in the UK, a woman in the UK who watched our Sunday services that just needed to have a pastoral counseling moment and reached out to Tabitha through Facebook. And that was just one of the beauties. We were able to do pastoral counseling that way and continue to do that to some degree, and even provide marriage counseling during COVID through things like Facebook Messenger and Zoom and other means. So thank you so much. I just can't even put into words. And that's just some of the things. I can't list. I wish I could list everything, the impact, but I don't even know. I don't even know the impact because of things like the podcast and the Facebook group to help people with technology and how to do online ministry. I mean, just the ripple effects are huge. So thank you for listening to the Lord. Thank you for stepping out in faith. And I hope you're hearing that it was worth it. Thank you very much.